Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to hear me loud and clear today. Your life is waiting for you to step into it, but it will not wait forever. You have greatness inside of you, buried under doubt, fear, and the what-ifs. But here's the truth. Every day you wake up is another opportunity, a divine appointment to take your life to a place you've only dreamed of. I know life has tested you. I know there have been moments when you felt like giving up. You've asked yourself, is this even worth it? But I am here to tell you that your breakthrough is on the other side of persistence. Your victory is closer than your excuses. The moment you decide to stand, the moment you refuse to quit, the moment you say, I will rise, that is the moment your life begins to change. You cannot wait for someone to hand you success. You cannot wait for perfect circumstances. You must be willing to rise in the midst of struggle, walk through the fire with your head held high, and to believe that every setback is simply a setup for a comeback. Watch this every day because repetition builds belief. It rewires your mind and strengthens your spirit. Watch this every day because what you feed your mind will grow. Watch this every day because your destiny is too important to leave to chance. Do not underestimate the power of your own courage. Do not underestimate the power of consistent effort. Do not underestimate the power of faith that refuses to quit. Every day you choose to keep moving forward. Every day you choose to fight when it's easier to give in. You are writing the story of your life, the story that others will read and say, how did they do it? Commit today to watch this every day, not just for inspiration, but for transformation. Step into the life you were created for. Life that is waiting for you. The life that will testify to your perseverance, your faith, and your courage. Rise up. Change your mindset. Transform your days. Because when you do, everything else will fall in line. You will walk in purpose, power, and destiny. And one day, you will look back and say, that day I decided to watch this every day. I changed my life forever. Discipline is not a word that excites most people. It feels heavy. It feels restrictive. It sounds like something that robs you of freedom. But I'm here to tell you today, discipline is the very gateway to freedom. Discipline is not about chains. It is about wings. Discipline is not about restriction. It is about the power to rise above the ordinary and step into the extraordinary. Your dreams are not going to wait for you. The life you've imagined, the destiny you've prayed for, the success that feels just out of reach, they will not knock on your door. They will not come because you feel ready or because the timing is perfect. They will come because you made yourself ready. They will come because you embrace daily discipline. Daily discipline is the small, sometimes unnoticed choices that you make every single day. It's the decision to wake up when your body wants to sleep. It's the choice to push yourself when your mind whispers, just rest today. It's the commitment to practice, to study, to learn, to grow, even when the world tells you it's too hard or too late. Discipline is showing up day after day for your own life. Let me tell you something. The person who can show up for themselves every single day is unstoppable. Some of you are waiting for inspiration. You're waiting for motivation. You think one great speech, one viral video, one moment of clarity is enough. But the truth is, motivation is fleeting. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire. Motivation will come and go like the wind, but discipline is the foundation on which empires are built. It is discipline that separates those who dream from those who do. It is discipline that separates those who speak from those who achieve. You see, daily discipline is not glamorous. It doesn't always feel good. It doesn't always make you popular or give you instant gratification. It is the quiet, sometimes painful daily work that most people refuse to do. And that's why most people never experience the fullness of their potential. That's why most people stay stuck in the same place year after year, watching opportunities pass them by. But not you. You are not here to settle. You are not here to live a life that others can predict. You are here to rise. And the path to rise begins with embracing discipline. It begins with saying to yourself, I will do what I must do, even when I don't feel like it. I will stay committed, even when it's inconvenient. I will be faithful to my purpose every single day. A tree does not grow overnight. A seed does not sprout and immediately become a towering oak. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes daily nourishment, sunlight, water, and care. And in the same way, your dreams, your goals, your success, they require daily attention. They require the daily decisions that may seem small today, but compound into massive change tomorrow. Daily discipline is the sunlight that nourishes your life. Daily discipline is the water that makes your dreams grow. Daily discipline is what turns a seed of potential into a tree of legacy. Some of you are thinking, but I'm too busy. I have responsibilities, setbacks. I can't be disciplined every day. I hear you. Life is hard. Life is unfair. Life will throw challenges in your path. But here's the truth. Discipline is not about being perfect. Discipline is about being consistent. Discipline is not about never failing. Discipline is about getting up every time you fall. Discipline is about showing up for yourself even when no one else is watching. Imagine what your life could look like if you committed to daily discipline. Imagine if you decided today that no excuse would stop you. Imagine if you decided that you would invest in your growth every single day, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Imagine the power you would have. Imagine the opportunities that would open up. Imagine the doors that would swing wide because you were faithful with the small things. It becomes a habit. First, it feels hard. At first, it feels unnatural. But the more you practice it, the more it becomes who you are. You start to see yourself differently. You start to believe differently. You start to act differently. You become unstoppable because discipline becomes your identity, not just your action. You don't have to fight it anymore. It becomes your nature. Embracing gain daily discipline is also about self-respect. When you commit to your purpose, you honor your potential. When you refuse to settle for mediocrity, you are telling the world and yourself that your life matters. You are saying, I am worth the effort. I am worth the struggle. I am worth the sacrifice. That is power. That is transformation. That is the beginning of a life that cannot be shaken by circumstances, criticism, or fear. Start today. Start with one thing. One small act of discipline. It could be reading for 30 minutes every morning. It could be exercising your body even when you are tired. It could be taking 10 minutes to pray. Meditate, reflect, whatever it is, start today. And tomorrow do it again, and the next day again. Because it is not one day that changes your life. It is the consistent, faithful application of daily discipline that changes everything. Your life is waiting for the person who will refuse to quit. Your destiny is waiting for the person who will show up every day. Your future is waiting for the person who will embrace discipline, not as a burden, as a bridge to greatness. Do not cheat yourself by waiting for a miracle without doing the work. Discipline is your miracle. Discipline is your power. Discipline is your key to a life that is bigger than your fears, greater than your doubts, and brighter than your past. Will you embrace daily discipline? Will you rise every day with the courage to do what is necessary? Will you honor your dreams with consistent, faithful action? Will you choose right now to invest in the life you were meant to live, the life you imagine, the life you dream of, the life that seems too far away? It will begin to unfold before your eyes, not by chance, not by luck, not by waiting for the right time. Because you chose daily discipline, you chose faithfulness, you chose persistence, you chose greatness. Rise up, embrace your power, commit yourself to daily discipline. Watch your life change. Watch doors open. Watch your potential unfold. Watch your destiny come alive. You have what it takes. You are capable. You are worthy. And the world is waiting for you to embrace the greatness that comes through daily discipline. Your breakthrough is near. I don't care how long you've been waiting, how many doors have closed, how many times life has knocked you down. Your breakthrough is on its way. You may not see it yet. You may not feel it yet. But the truth is, the forces working on your behalf are already moving. The universe, your destiny, and your purpose are aligning in ways you cannot yet imagine. I want you to understand something critical. The only thing standing between you and your breakthrough is not failure, not lack of opportunity, not your circumstances. It is giving up. Some of you have been fighting battles you didn't choose. Some of you have been running races that feel endless. You have poured out your energy, your time, your love, your talent, and it seems like nothing is changing. But let me remind you, seeds take time to grow. Diamonds are formed under pressure, and breakthroughs, my friends, happen when the timing is right, not always when we think it should be. Your breakthrough may feel delayed, but it is not denied. It may feel distant, but it is not absent. And it may feel impossible, but it is not out of reach. Life has a way of testing your resolve, stretching your patience, and challenging your faith, but that is all part of the preparation. That is all part of the refining process that makes your victory sweeter, your success stronger, and your testimony louder. You see, breakthroughs don't always come with a loud announcement. Sometimes they arrive quietly, like a whisper, a subtle shift, a small opportunity that opens the door to something greater. Other times they come with a roar, unstoppable force that shakes the very foundation of your life and sets you on a new path. But no matter how it arrives, the breakthrough will come. The first thing you must do is believe that it is near, because faith is the magnet that draws miracles toward you. I know the voices in your head are trying to convince you otherwise. It's too late. You've tried too many times. This is just the way it is. But I am here to tell you that your breakthrough cannot be stopped by doubt, fear, or failure. Your breakthrough is not dependent on the approval of others. Your breakthrough is not dictated by the negativity of your environment. Your breakthrough is a force of destiny, and it is unstoppable once your mind, heart, and spirit align with it. You may be asking, how do I know when my breakthrough is near? I'll tell you, you feel a stirring inside of you. You feel an urgency. You feel a pull towards something greater. You feel that tension that comes right before transformation. That's your breakthrough knocking. That's the signal that your life is about to change. That's the confirmation that your persistence, your faith, your hard work, your prayers, and your sacrifices are about to bear fruit. You must stay ready. You must not quit. You must not stop. You must continue to prepare your heart, sharpen your skills, and strengthen your faith. Too often, people give up just moments before their miracle arrives. Too often, people walk away from the very thing that was about to change everything for them. Don't be that person. Hold on. Keep moving. Keep fighting. Keep believing. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Every storm you've endured, every disappointment you've faced, every no you've received, every closed door, they are all part of your breakthrough story. They are not punishments. They are preparations. They are not signs of failure. They are signs of refinement. The same pressure that makes a diamond also makes you shine. The same heat that tests the clay also shapes the vessel. And the same trials that challenge your spirit also strengthen your breakthrough. Your breakthrough is near, but you must recognize it when it comes. It may not look exactly as you imagined. It may not arrive in the package you expected, but it will arrive in the way that is perfect for your life, your purpose, and your destiny. And when it does, you will understand why it took so long. You will understand why the wait was necessary. You will understand why patience, persistence, and faith were the keys to unlocking it. Don't sabotage your breakthrough. Don't let fear, doubt, or complacency rob you of what is already on its way. Don't allow old habits, negative thinking, or toxic relationships to stand in the way. You must prepare yourself spiritually, mentally, and emotionally to receive what you have been waiting for. The breakthrough will not force its way into your life. It will enter only if your heart and mind are ready to receive it. Strengthen your faith, sharpen your focus, and deepen your commitment. Keep your eyes on your goals. Keep your eyes on your goals, your hands on your work, and your heart full of hope. Speak life over your circumstances. Speak victory over your challenges. Speak promise over your fears. And most importantly, never give up. Every step you take, every prayer you pray, every act of courage you perform is leading you straight into the arms of your breakthrough. The moment you decide not to quit, the moment you refuse to settle, the moment you continue to fight against the odds, that is the moment your breakthrough is unlocked. Your breakthrough is not just a reward for patience. It is the evidence that you were faithful, that you were strong. You refused to let circumstances define you. So no matter how long it has taken, no matter how many times you have stumbled, no matter how impossible it seems, hear me when I say this: your breakthrough is near. Your miracle is on the horizon. Your victory is closer than your doubts. Your destiny is ready to be claimed. And all you have to do is stay faithful, stay persistent, stay courageous, and keep believing. The life you have dreamed of, the success you have prayed for, the doors you have longed to see open, they are not out of reach. They are near. And when they arrive, they will surpass your expectations, exceed your imagination, and validate every tear, every sacrifice, and every effort you have ever made. So rise up, stand firm, keep fighting, keep believing, keep pressing forward. Your breakthrough is near. Your time is coming. Your life is about to change. And when it does, you will look back and realize that every struggle, every challenge, and every delay was simply a setup for the miracle you have been waiting for all along. Life is going to test you. Life is going to push you. Life is going to knock on your door with challenges you didn't expect, trials you didn't anticipate, and burdens you feel too heavy to carry. But here is the truth that will change your life. Your struggle is not the end of your story. It is the making of your story. Every great person you admire, every success you aspire to, every life you envy, it was forged in struggle. There is no achievement without adversity. There is no victory without resistance. There is no transformation without testing. And that is why you must rise in the midst of struggle. You must learn to stand when it is easier to fall. You must learn to fight when it is easier to quit. You must learn to believe when it is easier to doubt. Some of you are living in seasons of hardship. You are dealing with pain that feels unbearable. You are facing situations that make you wonder if you will ever come out on the other side. I am here to tell you the very struggle that seems to be breaking you is shaping you. It is sculpting you into a person stronger than you have ever been, wiser than you have ever been, and more resilient than you have ever imagined. You see, struggle is not a punishment, it is a preparation. It is not a sign of weakness. It is a test of strength. It is not a reflection of failure. It is a reminder that greatness demands endurance. Every setback, every disappointment, every moment of despair is laying the groundwork for your rise. You cannot rise without being stretched. You cannot soar without learning to navigate the storm. And you cannot claim victory without wrestling through the trial. Diamonds are made under pressure. Rivers carve canyons through relentless force. Oaks grow tall because they endure the harshest winds. And you, my friend, are no different. You are being shaped, refined, and strengthened by the struggles you face. But here is the key. You must rise. You must refuse to be defeated. You must refuse to allow circumstances to define your destiny. Rising in the midst of struggle is a choice, a conscious decision to keep moving forward. Even when your body says stop, even when your mind says quit, even when your heart feels broken, it is saying to yourself, I may be in the fire, I will not be consumed. I may be in the storm, but I will not be defeated. I may be in the valley, but I will rise. That choice, that commitment, refusal to surrender, this is where true power is born. Many people believe that success is about avoiding pain, avoiding hardship, avoiding struggle. But I am here to tell you today, if you run from struggle, you run from growth. If you run from challenges, you run from victory. If you run from pain, you run from purpose. Struggle is not your enemy. It is your training ground. It is the crucible in which your faith, your character, your resilience are tested and strengthened. Rising in the midst of struggle is not easy. It is not convenient. It is not instant. It demands patience. It demands perseverance. And it demands unwavering faith. You will face moments when you feel like giving up. You will face moments when the weight of the world seems unbearable. You will face moments when despair tries to convince you that your effort is useless. It is in those very moments that you must rise. It is in those very moments that your breakthrough is being prepared. It is in those very moments that your victory is taking shape. The world will not hand you your dreams. Circumstances will not make it easy for you. Opportunities will not wait for you to feel ready. You must rise in the midst of struggle. You must push yourself when nobody else is pushing you. You must believe in yourself when nobody else believes in you. You must continue moving forward step by step, day by day, even when the path is uncertain and the outcome is unclear. Rising in the midst of struggle also requires courage. Not the kind of courage that comes from knowing everything will be okay, but the kind of courage that rises in spite of fear. Courage that says, I may not know the way, I may not see the end, but I trust that I am being guided. I trust that I am being strengthened. I trust that my struggle is not in vain. That courage is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. That courage is what transforms pain into power. Courage is what moves you from surviving to thriving. You are not alone in your struggle. Everyone you admire, everyone who has achieved greatness, everyone who now stands in victory, they all faced their battles. They all had moments of doubt, fear, and despair. They all had moments when it seemed impossible. But they made the choice to rise, and that is why they reached heights you now aspire to. Your story is no different. Your time to rise is no different. Your breakthrough is no different. Your struggle is not your defeat. It is your preparation. It is your refining. It is your calling to rise stronger, smarter, and more resilient than ever before. Every tear you have cried, every night you have wrestled with fear, every challenge you have faced, they are all setting the stage for your rise. And when you finally rise, your testimony will inspire others, your story will empower others, and your life will glorify the power that carried you through. Do not shrink in the face of struggle. Do not cower in the shadow of difficulty. Do not allow fear, doubt, or failure to hold you down. Rise in the midst of struggle. Stand up when it is easier to sit down. Speak hope when it is easier to speak despair. Take action when it is easier to remain stagnant. Because your rise in the midst of struggle is not just about survival, it is about transformation. It is about stepping into the fullness of your destiny. It is about claiming the victory that has been waiting for you all along. Struggle is temporary. Breakthrough is permanent. Pain is fleeting. Victory is eternal. Hardship is the test. Triumph is the reward. And when you rise in the midst of struggle, you refuse to be defeated. When you keep moving forward with faith and courage, you will find that your life is stronger, your spirit is unbreakable, destiny is unstoppable. So rise up, rise despite the pain. Rise despite the setbacks, rise despite the fear, rise in the midst of struggle. Watch as your life transforms before your eyes. Your breakthrough is coming. Your victory is near. And the world will witness the power of a life that refused to be broken, a heart that refused to be silenced, and a spirit that refused to quit. Fear is not your enemy. It is your signal. Fear is not a sign that you are weak. It is a sign that you are about to step into something bigger than yourself. Fear will come knocking at your door, whispering doubts, shaking your confidence, and tempting you to retreat. But here is the truth that will change your life. Faith is stronger than fear. Faith is louder than doubt. Faith is greater than anything that stands in your way. Too many of us live our lives ruled by fear. Fear dictate our choices, paralyze our action, and shrink our dreams. We let fear convince us that we are not enough, that the timing is wrong, the opportunity has passed, or that the struggle is too much. But I am here to tell you today, fear is a liar. Fear is a thief. Fear is designed to stop you from experiencing the greatness that is waiting for you. And the only way to defeat fear is to embrace faith. Faith that says, I can, I will, I am able, I am worthy, I am destined for more. A faith is not blind. Faith is not wishful thinking. Faith is not waiting for circumstances to be perfect. Faith is the bold decision to trust in something greater than yourself, to trust in the process, and to trust in the promise that what you cannot see is working on your behalf. Faith is the voice inside you that says, I don't know how. I know it will happen. I don't see the way, but I know there is a way. I don't feel ready, but I know I am being prepared. Fear thrives on uncertainty, doubt, and on inaction. But faith thrives on action, on perseverance, and on belief. Faith moves when fear wants to freeze. Faith speaks when fear wants to silence. Faith steps forward when fear wants to retreat. And here is the most powerful part when you choose faith over fear. You open the door for miracles, breakthroughs, and transformation. Fear is a natural response. Everyone feels fear. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is not the absence of fear. It is the presence of faith. Every great leader, every visionary, every trailblazer has faced fear. Every innovator, every entrepreneur, every person who has stepped into greatness has faced fear. They did not let it control them. They did not let it define them. They chose faith over fear. Faith over fear is not just about thinking positively. It is about acting boldly. It is about taking the next step even when the path is unclear. It is about trusting that your effort, your persistence, and your courage will bear fruit even when you cannot see it yet. It is about believing that every trial, every setback, every challenge is not the end of your story, but the preparation for your victory. When fear whispers, "You can't do this," faith answers, "I can do all things through the strength that is given to me." When fear shouts, "You are not enough," faith responds, "I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am capable. I am destined for more." When fear tells you to give up, faith compels you to rise, to fight, to persist, to claim your destiny. Fear will always try to tell you that it's impossible, that you are too late, that you are too weak, or that you are unworthy. But faith will always tell you that nothing is impossible, that timing is not final, that strength grows in the struggle, that you are worthy of the life and purpose you were created to fulfill. Faith sees what fear cannot. Faith understands what fear will never comprehend. Faith operates in a realm beyond limitation. Choosing faith over fear requires courage, requires a willingness to stand tall, even when the ground beneath you feels unstable. It requires a willingness to move forward when the outcome is uncertain. It requires a commitment to believe in what cannot yet be seen. Faith is not the absence of fear. It is the triumph over fear. It is saying, "I will trust even when it is hard. I will believe even when it is impossible. I will move forward even when I cannot see the way." Doors begin to open. Opportunities begin to appear. Miracles begin to manifest. Confidence replaces doubt. Courage replaces hesitation. What once seemed impossible suddenly becomes inevitable. Faith over fear transforms your life because it shifts your focus from limitation to possibility, from uncertainty to promise, from doubt to action. Fear is temporary, faith is eternal. Fear paralyzes, faith propels. Fear closes doors, faith opens them. Fear whispers, "You cannot," while faith proclaims, "I can, I will, I must." And the power of faith is that it moves mountains, creates paths, unlocks destinies that fear could never touch. Some of you are at the crossroads right now. You are standing in the shadow of fear, wondering if you should take the next step. You are battling anxiety, doubt, and worry. But I am here to tell you, next step you take in faith is the step that will change everything. The breakthrough you are waiting for is just beyond the threshold of fear. The opportunity, the success, the fulfillment that you seek is just on the other side of the choice to trust, to act, and to believe. Faith over fear is also about persistence. It is about refusing to quit when challenges arise. It is about continuing to believe even when the results are delayed. It is about speaking hope over your life when circumstances scream despair. And it is about knowing that the same power that has carried you this far is the same power that will lead you into your breakthrough. Identify the fears that are holding you back, name them, face them, and then choose faith anyway. Decide that your belief in what is possible will be stronger than your fear of what could go wrong. Declare that your trust in your purpose will outweigh your doubt. Commit to walking in faith even when your legs are tired, your heart is heavy, and your mind is uncertain. Fear may be loud, but faith is unstoppable. Fear may be intimidating, but faith is invincible. Fear may delay you, faith will deliver you. And when you choose faith over fear, your life begins to change in ways you never imagined. Your courage grows. Your vision expands. Your resilience strengthens. Your destiny becomes unstoppable. So rise up, step forward, believe, act, trust, move, persevere. Speak life over your circumstances. Speak victory over your fears. Choose faith over fear today, tomorrow, and every day until it becomes your nature, your identity, your standard. Because when you do, you will see doors open, mountains move, and miracles unfold. You will see that the life you imagine is possible. The destiny you dreamed of is attainable, and the purpose you were created for is unstoppable. Fear may knock, but faith will answer. Fear may try to stop you. Faith will propel you. Fear may scream, but faith will whisper, "You are more than enough. You are capable. You are destined. You will rise." Waiting will never create your breakthrough. Waiting will never move your life forward. Waiting will never give you the victory, the promotion, the success or the fulfillment you've been dreaming about. Waiting is passive, waiting is safe, waiting is comfortable, but it is also the enemy of progress. Action beats waiting every single time. Too many of us are stuck in a season of waiting. We say, I'll start tomorrow, I'll try next week, I'll take the risk when I feel ready. But here's the truth, tomorrow is not promised. Next week may never come, feeling ready may never arrive, and waiting for the perfect conditions is a trap that keeps you small, keeps you frustrated, and keeps you from your destiny. Life does not reward those who wait. Life rewards those who act. Action is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. Action is the force that moves ideas from your mind into the world. Action is what separates those who talk about their goals from those who achieve them. You may have talent, knowledge, and potential, but without action, those gifts will remain locked inside you. Without action, your destiny will remain a vision, and your life will remain a dream deferred. Action does not have to be perfect. Action does not have to be flawless. Action does not have to be grand. Action simply has to start. It has to move. It has to push forward. The moment you take the first step, the energy of progress begins to build. Momentum is created. Opportunities start appearing. Doors that seemed closed begin to open. Every step you take propels you closer to the life you were created to live. Some of you are waiting because you are afraid. Afraid of failure. Afraid of rejection, afraid of criticism, afraid of making a mistake. But let me tell you, this fear is the enemy of action. Fear is the thief of dreams. The only way to overcome fear is to act despite it. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is action in the face of fear. Every person who has accomplished greatness has taken action when fear tried to stop them. Every breakthrough in history preceded by bold steps forward, taken before certainty arrived. You may be waiting for clarity. You may be waiting for the perfect plan. You may be waiting for someone to give you permission. But here's the truth, clarity comes through action. Plans are refined through action. Permission is not required for you to step into your destiny. The moment you begin, the path begins to reveal itself. The moment you move, the way appears. Waiting will keep you stuck. Action will set you free. It does not reward passivity. The world does not reward hesitation. The world does not reward those who sit back and hope. The world rewards the doers, the movers, the ones willing to take the first step even when the outcome is uncertain. Waiting is the comfort zone of the ordinary. Action is the gateway to the extraordinary. Action is the force that turns dreams into reality and visions into victory. Action beats waiting because waiting leaves you dependent on chance, circumstances, and timing. Waiting leaves your success in the hands of external factors you cannot control. Action places your destiny in your own hands. Action allows you to create the conditions you desire. Action gives you the power to influence outcomes, shape opportunities, and manifest your purpose. When you wait, you hope. When you act, you move. When you act, you control. The life you want will not arrive by wishing for it, praying for it, or waiting for it. The life you want requires your effort, your boldness, and your willingness to take steps, even imperfect steps, toward your goals. Action is the vehicle of transformation. It is the engine of progress. It is the heartbeat of achievement. And those who understand this principle rise faster, reach higher, and achieve more than those who linger in the waiting room of life. Failure is not the enemy of success. Inaction is. Failure is feedback. Failure is the teacher that guides you. Failure is the stepping stone that prepares you for greater victory. Action allows you to learn. Action allows you to grow. Action allows you to adjust and improve. Waiting, on the other hand, guarantees stagnation, regret, and missed opportunity. Action beats waiting because it builds confidence. Every time you take a step, no matter how small, you prove to yourself that you are capable. Every time you act, you build momentum that carries you to the next step. Every time you move forward, you reinforce your belief that you are not powerless. Confidence is not found in waiting. Confidence is forged in action. The first step may be scary, but it is necessary. The first step may feel uncertain, but it is essential. The first step may seem small, but it is monumental. Momentum begins with movement. Transformation begins with action. Progress begins with one brave decision to step forward, even when everything in you wants to stay put. You may not have all the answers. You may not see the full path. You may not feel ready. But the one thing you do have is today, and today is enough. Today is your opportunity to act. Today is your opportunity to create change. Today is your chance to take the first step toward the life you were meant to live. Waiting will do nothing. Action will do everything. Action beats waiting because the universe rewards movement. The world responds to energy, effort, and initiative. Opportunity appears where preparation meets motion. Doors open when you knock. Paths appear when you walk. And miracles manifest when you act boldly, consistently, and faithfully. Waiting keeps you stagnant. Action propels you into your destiny. Stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop doubting. Take one step, then another, then another. Speak the words, write the plan, make the call, take the risk. Do something, anything that moves you forward. Because action beats waiting every time. Action changes your circumstances. Action changes your mindset. Action changes your life. Rise up, move forward, take the leap, and act. The life you have been waiting for is not going to arrive by itself. The dreams in your heart will not manifest without effort. The opportunities you seek will not appear without motion. Waiting is safe. Waiting is easy. Waiting is comfortable, but action, that is where greatness lives. Action, that is where breakthroughs happen. Action, that is where your destiny is revealed. So take the step today. Take it again tomorrow. Keep moving. Keep striving. Keep doing. Let every action, no matter how small, build the momentum that propels you into the life you were created to live. Waiting will waste your time. Action will multiply your results. And when you act consistently, courageously, and faithfully, you will discover the power, the purpose, and the destiny that have been waiting for you all along. Transformation does not happen overnight, does not come with a single moment of inspiration, a one-time decision, or a flash of motivation. Transformation is born from consistency. Transformation is forged in the fire of daily commitment. Transformation comes through repetition. And repetition, my friends, is where ordinary lives are changed into extraordinary destinies. Too many of us are looking for a shortcut. Too many of us are waiting for a miracle to fall into our laps. Too many of us believe that one grand act or one moment of brilliance will be enough to change everything. But let me tell you today, that is not how life works. True transformation requires repeated action. It requires repeated effort. It requires showing up day after day, even when the results are not immediately visible. Repetition is the engine that powers progress. It is the heartbeat of growth. It is the unseen force that builds habits, strengthens character, and molds destiny. The small, daily actions that may seem insignificant at the time, they are the ones that compound layer upon layer until your life is transformed beyond recognition. Every practice, every discipline, every repetition, even when it feels mundane or repetitive, is a seed planted for a future harvest. Think about it for a moment. A child does not learn to walk by taking one step. A musician does not master an instrument by playing one note. An athlete does not win a championship by practicing one day. It is the repetition, the countless steps, the countless hours of practice, countless times of doing the work that creates mastery, excellence, and transformation. And your life operates on the same principle. What you do repeatedly determines who you become. Some of you are frustrated because some of you are not seeing immediate results. You are working, striving, praying, and sacrificing, but it feels like nothing is changing. I want you to hear me. This is exactly the stage before transformation. This is exactly the point where repetition begins to work its power. Every time you show up, every time you do the work, every time you push through, you are laying the foundation for a life that will not be the same. Repetition is silent, but it is mighty. Repetition is invisible, but it is unstoppable. Repetition is slow, but it is powerful. Repetition creates habits. Habits shape character. Character determines destiny. That is why the small things you do every day, reading, praying, learning, practicing gratitude, exercising, showing kindness, are not small at all. They are the building blocks of your future. They are the steps that lead to mastery. They are the forces that shape your mind, strengthen your spirit, and transform your life. Transformation is not a single event. It is a process. It is a journey, and the journey is paved with repeated actions. The victories that you long for, the success that you desire, the person you were meant to become, all of these things are achieved through daily commitment, through repetition, through the courage to keep showing up even when it is difficult, inconvenient, or discouraging. Some of you are waiting for a sign that your efforts are making a difference. I am here to tell you that the sign is your consistency. The sign is your willingness to keep moving forward, to keep practicing, to keep learning, to keep growing. Every time you do something repeatedly, you are creating change. Even if you cannot see it yet, every small faithful act is a brick in the building of your destiny. Repetition also builds resilience. The more you do something, the more capable you become. The more you encounter challenges in a repeated practice, the stronger you grow. The more you persist, even when the outcome is uncertain, the more confident you become in your ability to overcome. Life will test you, but repetition will train you. Life will challenge you, but repetition will prepare you. Life will try to discourage you, but repetition will transform you. I want you to think about the power of daily disciplines. The person who writes every day, who prays every day, who works toward their goals every day, over time, they are transformed. Their mind is sharper, their heart is stronger, their vision is clearer. Their life begins to reflect the effort they have been pouring into themselves. Repetition may feel tedious in the moment. It is miraculous in the long run. Repetition is the secret weapon of the extraordinary. Repetition creates confidence. Confidence is not born overnight. Confidence is developed through doing, through practicing, through proving to yourself that you are capable, that you can handle more than you thought, that you can overcome obstacles, and that you can rise above limitations. Every repeated action is evidence that you are strong. Every repeated step is proof that you are moving forward. Every repeated effort is a declaration that you will not be defeated. Some of you are thinking, I am too far behind. I will never catch up. I have missed my chance. Let me tell you something, repetition levels the playing field. The person who commits to showing up, who commits to doing the work over and over, will surpass the one who waits for luck, chance, or perfection. It is not talent alone, not opportunity alone, not timing alone. It is the daily repetition action, faithfulness, and discipline that creates transformation. You must embrace the power of repetition. You must honor the small acts. You must stay committed even when it feels like no one is watching. The consistency you maintain today will be the strength you rely on tomorrow. The habits you build now will be the foundation for the person you are becoming. The discipline you practice each day will lead to a life of excellence, purpose, and fulfillment. Repetition creates transformation because it trains the mind. It rewires the brain. It strengthens your will. It shifts your identity. When you repeat positive actions, you begin to see yourself differently. You begin to believe in your own capacity. You begin to act with confidence, with courage, and with clarity. You are no longer defined by past failures, by fear, or by doubt. You are defined by the persistent, repeated actions that shape who you are becoming. Commit to repetition. Commit to showing up every day. Commit to doing the work over and over. Commit to the small, faithful acts that seem insignificant in the moment but will compound into extraordinary results over time. Trust the process. Trust the daily grind, power of repeated effort, because repetition creates transformation. Repetition shapes character. Repetition builds destiny. And repetition will take you from where you are to where you were always meant to be. Rise up. Take the small steps. Keep showing up. Keep practicing. Keep persevering. Do it today, do it tomorrow, do it again and again and again. Because with each repetition, you are building a life that will testify to your faithfulness, your courage, and your commitment. With each repetition, you are transforming into the person you were created to be. With each repetition, you are claiming your destiny. Repetition creates transformation every day. Every action, every effort matters. Every habit you form, every step you take, every moment you invest in yourself compounds over time. And when you commit to it, trust it, when you embrace it, you will look back and realize that your life is unrecognizable in the best possible way because of the power of repetition. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is not the absence of doubt. Courage is not the absence of uncertainty. Courage is the choice to move forward, to stand firm, and to take action despite fear. And I need you to understand something powerful. Your life will never reach its full potential until you own your courage. Too many people live their lives waiting for fear to disappear. They wait for conditions to be perfect. They wait for confidence to arrive. They wait for the moment when everything aligns just right. But let me tell you, this moment will never come. Fear is part of life. Doubt is part of life. Uncertainty is part of life. And the only way to rise above them is to own your courage, to make the decision that you will not let fear dictate your future. Courage is not something you are given. It is something you take. It is something you claim. It is something you decide to practice every single day. Courage is saying to yourself, I will step forward even when I am scared. I will act even when I feel inadequate. I will speak even when my voice shakes. I will pursue my dreams even when the path is unclear. That is owning your courage. That is living boldly. That is taking your power back. Think about it. Every success story, every life-changing breakthrough, every moment of triumph has been preceded by an act of courage. Someone had to step into the unknown. Someone had to risk failure. Someone had to face the fear that whispered, you can't do this. And that is exactly what I am telling you today. You have to be that person in your own story. You have to rise up and own your courage. Courage is not glamorous. It is not always celebrated. It does not always feel good. In fact, courage is often uncomfortable. It stretches you. It challenges you. It forces you to go beyond what you thought possible. It requires sacrifice, perseverance, willingness to face rejection, criticism, and failure. But here is the truth: the rewards of courage far outweigh the cost. Courage opens doors. Courage changes lives. Courage transforms destinies. Courage grows through action. It is not something you find in theory or in thought. It is cultivated in practice. Every time you confront a fear, every time you speak up, every time you take a step forward in spite of doubt, you are strengthening your courage. The more you act with courage, the more natural it becomes. The more you own it, the more it becomes part of who you are. Some of you are hesitant because you fear failure. You fear what others will think. You fear that your efforts will be in vain. But let me tell you this: fear and failure are not the enemies. They are indicators. They are teachers. They are the necessary forces that show you where courage is needed. Courage does not mean you will never fail. Courage means you will rise every time you fall. Courage means you will persist, no matter the setbacks, no matter the criticism, no matter the obstacles. Owning your courage also means owning your voice. It means speaking your truth even when it is uncomfortable. It means standing up for what you believe in even when the crowd disagrees. It means pursuing your purpose even when the world tries to tell you that it is impossible. The world will always test you. The world will always challenge you. The world will always try to make you shrink, but courage will make you rise. Courage will make you stand. Courage will make you shine. Courage is contagious. When you own your courage, you inspire others to find their own. When you take a bold step, you create a ripple effect that empowers those around you. When you refuse to be intimidated by fear, you model strength for your family, your community, and your generation. Courage is not just about your life. It is about the lives you touch, the legacy you leave, and the difference you make in the world. Courage requires faith. Faith in yourself, faith in your purpose, faith in your ability to overcome obstacles. Courage and faith go hand in hand. You cannot rise boldly without believing that you are capable. You cannot move forward without trusting that your efforts will bear fruit. You cannot pursue greatness without the inner assurance that no matter what, you were created to prevail. Some of you are waiting for the right moment to be courageous. I am here to tell you the right moment is now. The perfect time does not exist. Waiting will only delay your destiny. The people who change the world, who achieve greatness, who leave a legacy. They do not wait for perfect conditions. They act with courage in the midst of uncertainty, in the face of fear, and despite opposition. Owning your courage also means taking responsibility for your life. It means refusing to blame circumstances, people, or setbacks for your lack of progress. It means accepting that your destiny is in your hands, that you have the power to shape your future through bold action. It means refusing to let fear dictate your choices and embracing the truth that courage is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Identify the areas in your life where fear has held you back. Name them, confront them, and then take deliberate action to move forward anyway. Speak the words, make the call, take the step, risk the rejection, embrace the discomfort, do it anyway. That is how courage is owned. That is how fear is defeated. That is how you rise above limitations and claim the life that was always meant for you. Courage is not a gift. It is not reserved for the few. It is not limited by your past, your circumstances, or your perceived weaknesses. Courage is a choice, and it is available to you right now. Every time you choose courage over comfort, boldness over hesitation, action over fear, you are stepping into the fullness of your potential. Every act of courage compounds. Every moment of bravery builds your character. Every decision to act boldly reshapes your destiny. So rise up. Stand tall, speak boldly, move forward, take risks, face your fears, embrace the discomfort, defy the odds, and above all, own your courage. Do not wait for someone to give it to you. Do not wait for conditions to be perfect. Do not wait for fear to disappear. Take it, claim it, live it, be it. Because the life you were created to live, the destiny you were created to fulfill, and the legacy you were created to leave require you to rise boldly, act fearlessly, and own your courage every single day. Your destiny will not be handed to you on a silver platter. Your dreams, your purpose, your breakthrough, they will not simply arrive because you wished for them or prayed for them once. No, the life you were created to live requires perseverance. The life you were destined for is forged in persistence, in endurance, and in the refusal to quit. And here is the truth: perseverance defines destiny. Too many people give up too soon. They see a challenge, feel the pressure, encounter a setback, and they walk away. They quit when they are moments away from breakthrough. They abandon their dreams when the path becomes difficult. But I am here to tell you, your destiny is on the other side of your perseverance. It is waiting for those who refuse to surrender, for those who press on despite obstacles, for those who keep going even when every reason in the world says, stop. Perseverance is the bridge between failure and success. It is the secret behind every great accomplishment. It is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Talent alone is not enough. Opportunity alone is not enough. Education alone is not enough. It is the combination of effort, resilience, and relentless determination that allows ordinary people to achieve extraordinary results. And that is why your persistence matters. It is shaping your destiny right now, even when it feels like nothing is happening. The most successful people in history did not succeed because life was easy. They succeeded because they refused to quit. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before he created the light bulb. Oprah Winfrey was told she was unfit for television before she became a global icon. J.K. Rowling faced rejection after rejection before the world read her stories. In every case, perseverance was the defining factor that transformed their lives. Your story is different. Perseverance is not easy. It is not convenient. It does not feel comfortable. It demands that you continue when you are tired, when you are discouraged, when the world seems to be working against you. It requires discipline, patience, and unwavering faith. But here is the beauty of it. Every step you take in perseverance, no matter how small, is a step toward your destiny. Every struggle you endure, every challenge you overcome, every obstacle you press through is molding you, strengthening you, and preparing you for the life you were created to live. Setbacks are not stop signs. Failures are not final. Challenges are not permanent. They are tests of your perseverance. They are opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Life pushes you down. It is not to keep you there. It is to show you how high you can rise when you refuse to give up. When doors close, when opportunities seem lost, when hope seems distant, perseverance is the key that unlocks the door to your destiny. Some of you are wondering why your life feels delayed, why your breakthrough seems so far away. I am here to tell you it is not delayed, it is being prepared. It is not absent, it is being shaped. Your destiny requires the refinement that only perseverance can provide. Every challenge you face, every tear you shed, every moment you fight to continue is part of the preparation for the greatness that is ahead. Your persistence today is the foundation of your success tomorrow. Perseverance also builds character. The person who gives up under pressure never truly discovers their strength. The person who quits at the first sign of difficulty never fully experiences their potential. But the person who persists, who endures, who continues to rise in the face of adversity develops the courage, wisdom, and resilience that define true greatness. Your destiny is not just about what you achieve. It is about the person you become in the process of achieving it, and perseverance shapes that person. Success is not always about speed. It is not about being first. It is about endurance. It is about consistency. It is about refusing to stop until the goal is reached. The race may be long, the climb may be steep, the burden may feel heavy. But those who persevere, those who keep moving despite the pain, those who refuse to quit will reach the top. Your destiny is a marathon, not a sprint. Perseverance is the fuel that keeps you moving forward when every muscle in your body says stop. Perseverance requires faith. Faith that your efforts are not in vain. Faith that your struggles are producing results, even when you cannot see them yet. Faith that every setback, every rejection, every failure is shaping the pathway to your success. Without faith, perseverance becomes exhausting. Without faith, endurance can feel futile. But with faith, every step forward, no matter how small, carries you closer to your destiny. Some of you are facing obstacles that feel impossible to overcome. You are standing at the edge of challenges that seem insurmountable. But let me remind you, perseverance is what turns mountains into stepping stones. Perseverance is what allows you to rise above circumstances. Perseverance is what transforms pain into power, struggle into strength, and trials into triumph. Your destiny is not determined by what is easy. It is determined by what you endure, overcome, and persist through. I need you to understand that every great story is a story of perseverance. Every triumph is a testimony of persistence. Every breakthrough is the result of refusing to give up, even when it seemed easier to quit. Your life is no different. Your destiny is no different. The person you are becoming is being forged in the fire of perseverance, and every moment you refuse to give up is shaping a future beyond your imagination. Do not quit. Do not give in to discouragement. Do not allow setbacks, criticism, or obstacles to dictate your future. Keep moving, keep striving, keep fighting, keep believing. Because every act of perseverance is a declaration that you will not be denied. Every step forward is a proclamation that you are determined. Every moment of endurance is evidence that your destiny cannot be stopped. Rise up, push forward, and persist. Keep showing up, keep working, keep praying, keep believing. Let every challenge strengthen your resolve. Let every difficulty fuel your determination. Every setback remind you that your breakthrough is coming. Your destiny is not in your circumstances. It is in your perseverance. The moment you decide to endure, the moment you choose to persist, the moment you refuse to quit, that is when your destiny begins to unfold. Perseverance defines destiny. Your faithfulness today, your persistence in adversity, your commitment to keep moving forward, these are the forces that shape your future, your breakthrough, your success, your purpose. They are already on the way. They will be realized by those who refuse to stop, refuse to quit, and refuse to give in. Life is not a random series of events. Life is not a matter of luck or coincidence. You were not put here to simply exist, to drift through days, to follow the crowd, or to live by default. No, you were created with intention. You were created with a plan. You were created with a purpose. And understanding your purpose is the key to living a life of fulfillment, meaning, and impact. A purpose-driven life is a life fully alive. Too many people are wandering through life searching for meaning in things that do not last: money, popularity, approval, temporary pleasures. They look outside of themselves for validation instead of looking within to discover the mission for which they were born. But I am here to tell you fulfillment, joy, and success are found when you align with your God-given purpose. A purpose-driven life is not just about achieving, it's about becoming. It is about stepping into who you were created to be and living fully in that identity every single day. Your purpose is your compass. It is the internal guide that keeps you focused when life gets confusing. It is the light that leads you when the path is dark. It is the force that gives your days meaning, even when the work feels hard, the obstacles feel insurmountable, and the world around you seems chaotic. Purpose-driven life does not mean you will never struggle, but it does mean that every struggle has meaning, every challenge has direction. Every setback is part of the journey to your destiny. A life without purpose is like a ship without a rudder, adrift, vulnerable to storms, at the mercy of circumstances. But a life driven by purpose has direction, it has intention, it has clarity. When you know why you are here, you begin to live differently. You begin to make choices that honor your mission. You begin to prioritize what matters most. You begin to invest your time, energy, and resources into things that truly make a difference, both in your life and in the lives of others. Some of you are asking, how do I discover my purpose? Let me tell you, purpose is revealed through reflection, through listening to the quiet voice inside, through paying attention to your passions, your talents, your experiences, and the needs of the world around you. Your purpose often lies at the intersection of what you love, what you are good at, and what the world needs. It is not found by following someone else's blueprint or living someone else's dream. It is found by walking the path that God or destiny or life itself has uniquely prepared for you. A purpose-driven life also requires courage. It requires the courage to step away from comfort, to resist conformity, and to pursue the path that may be unfamiliar, challenging, or misunderstood by others. It requires the courage to say no to distractions, to say no to shortcuts, and to say no to what does not serve your mission. Courage is the companion of purpose, because living with purpose often means standing apart, standing tall, and standing firm in the face of opposition or doubt. A purpose-driven life is not measured by wealth, status, or accolades. It is measured by impact, influence, and alignment with your true calling. It is about making every day count. It is about using your gifts, your experiences, and your resources to create meaning. It is about leaving a legacy that outlasts you. And the beauty of purpose is that it transforms ordinary actions into extraordinary results. Even the smallest act, when aligned with your purpose, carries power, significance, and eternal value. Some of you are living in the shadows of your purpose. You are waiting for someone to notice you. You are waiting for permission. You are waiting for the right time. I am here to tell you the right time is now. The opportunity to step into your purpose does not wait for perfect conditions. It is revealed as you take action, as you persevere, as you show up faithfully, and as you allow your passion to guide you forward. Purpose is discovered through doing, through moving, and through aligning your heart with your calling. Living a purpose-driven life requires focus. It requires discipline. It requires sacrifice. There will be distractions, doubts, and detours. There will be voices telling you to settle, to compromise, to aim lower. But a person who knows their purpose will not be swayed. They will remain steadfast. They will persevere, they will rise above the noise, and they will continue to pursue their mission with relentless determination, knowing that every step forward, no matter how small, brings them closer to the life they were created to live. A purpose-driven life brings peace. It brings clarity, it brings joy. It gives meaning to suffering, strength to struggle, and perspective to challenges. When you live with purpose, you wake up with intention. You go to bed with fulfillment. You approach life with confidence, knowing that your days are not wasted, that your efforts are not in vain, and that your presence matters in the grand scheme of things. Purpose transforms ordinary existence into extraordinary impact. Some of you may feel unqualified. You may feel too young, too old, too inexperienced, or too unprepared. I am here to tell you, purpose does not require perfection. Purpose requires willingness. Purpose requires commitment. Purpose requires courage. The world does not need perfect people. It needs people who are willing to step up, step out, and use the gifts they have been given. When you live on purpose, you realize that every experience, every trial, and every lesson has prepared you for the mission you are meant to fulfill. A purpose-driven life is also a life of influence. When you embrace your purpose, you inspire others to embrace theirs. When you step into your calling, you create ripples of change that extend far beyond yourself. Your courage motivates, your dedication empowers, and your vision illuminates the path for others. Purpose is not just about personal fulfillment, it is about contributing to something greater than yourself. It is about leaving a mark on the world that cannot be erased. Stop living passively. Stop drifting. Stop settling. Take time to reflect, to pray, to meditate, and to discern what you were truly created to do. Identify your passions, your gifts, and the needs of the world that align with your unique abilities. Step forward with courage, commit with dedication, act with persistence, and live every day intentionally aligned with the calling on your life. A purpose-driven life is a life fully alive. It is a life of clarity, courage, impact, and fulfillment. It is a life where every action matters, every effort counts, and every step moves you closer to your destiny. Living with purpose transforms ordinary people into extraordinary forces for change. And when you embrace your purpose, when you align with your mission, and when you commit to living intentionally, you will discover a life of meaning, a life of power, and a life of unstoppable fulfillment. Rise up today. Own your purpose. Step boldly into the mission for which you were created. Do not wait for approval. Do not wait for perfect timing. Do not wait for the world to recognize your gifts. Live intentionally. Live boldly. Live aligned with your purpose. And watch as your life, your impact, and your destiny unfold in ways beyond your imagination.